Right, CIG. What the fuck am I looking at here? A crap ton of NPCs. And what's my frame rate doing? Dropping like a little bitch. Let me turn off the NPCs. They're stood here, doing nothing. I don't actually use any of the NPCs. I use the terminals. I don't delivery missions, so I don't need to see any of them. Period. No NPCs need to be seen. Fix it. Delete them. They don't need to be there. Why are they there? They're premature and they absolutely disintegrate your frame rate. It's unacceptable. At least these ones are bloody working, the other ones aren't. Any change? No. Well, you can't see it. I am fixing the audio because I know for a while that you guys can't hear anything. So I'm currently in the process of fixing it. Fixed, you should now hear it. Now let's head down to the Expo Centaur. Zenith is still in? Hey, Pex is where's the other one? Where's Aegis? Maybe Aegis moved into Zenith? Or maybe Apex? We'll find out in a second. Because that's just strange. Okay, Aegis moved into the Zenith Hall.
Few companies have had as tumultuous a history as Aegis Dynamics. From its earliest days manufacturing iconic warships of the First Tavaran War through the darkest days of the Messer regime, Aegis ships have found a resurgence in the public eye for their versatility and robust construction.
Did you discover the craft of your dreams at this year's IAE? Then why not experience it firsthand with a test flight? Many of the vehicles on display at this year's IAE are available to rent from one of our local providers.
I'm already stupid fucking NPCs. Seriously, what the fuck is the point of these stupid things? Currently, I want my frame rate. Not shitty NPCs walking around, taking up resources, causing the server to send out packets that aren't needed and overloading all CPUs that ever try to play the game. Anyway, first up is the Sabre. So, you have 4 size 3 weapon hardpoints, you have a canopy and a ladder. You also have a storage box here at the front, which it won't let me open. You have a weapons rack right next to it. If you head underneath, you can see one of the moving thrusters, one on this side, one on the other side. You head underneath the wings, you have one there which goes up, well, it goes kind of all over the place. So it does rolling, it does left, right, and up. You have one on the other side as well. You have the missile rack just here, which holds 2 size 4 missile racks. So you can have anywhere from 2 size 4s to 16 size 1s. If you open this is a little auxiliary port. So I don't know if that's going to be for fueling or for additional power or something. If for some reason your ship shuts down and the capacitor is completely drained dry and you can't turn it back on, maybe another ship can come to your rescue and turn you on. Now heading inside the ship, if it lets me. Heading inside the ship, we can see 4 MFD screens. If you have your field of view up, this is what you'll see. If you don't, you'll probably see this. You might even see this. Now looking on the outside of the ship, you can see it has a very large body, which means a larger surface area, a larger shield surface area, and just overall easier to hit than a Hornet. CIG, in their complete lack of wisdom, took out one of its shield generators. Now this ship has absolutely no place in this universe at the moment. Miltech, and it's worse than a civilian ship. In fact, I would go ahead and go as far as to say this is worse than a Nomad currently. Oh, and there's also 2 ports at the front if I haven't mentioned those. And on the other side you have the Comet version, which is just a different default loadout and basically just a skin. So it's this weird camo skin. If I jump inside we can see it properly. Going inside of it, you can go ahead and see the skin, which is this camo.
2951 IAE. Dare to fly.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and jump back out when it lets me. Here we go. So, Sabre, my personal favourite ship. The first ship that I ever got with LTI, which I grabbed an arrow as a upgrade token, and then immediately got the Sabre. I still use it to this day, even though CIG have nerfed it into the ground. I do, and I will still keep using it. Now, let's see if there's anything behind it. I didn't actually read the terminal that shows where things are. There's nothing around that side, and there's nothing on that side. So we'll head downstairs instead. Because I'm going to do the Redeemer last, because once again that takes the longest time to walk around. Is there even anything down here? I know they don't make ground vehicles, but they should at least have something that fits down here, right? Let's go to the concept hall. Let's see if there's anything in here. Here we go, there's one. This is the Nautilus. Manufacturer, Aegis Dynamics. Focus, Mine Layer. With 4 centuries of distinguished service under its belt, the Aegis Dynamics Nautilus Tactical Mine Layer represents the ultimate in strategic combat battle engineering. With fully integrated mine deployment, sweeping, and disarming capabilities. Now, there are people that are saying you can't lay mines in 3D space. That's true. But this is made for laying mines on the floor, where you will go ahead and have troops moving in all around you to try and take over a base. Fly this around that base a couple of times, now mines everywhere. And so they'll have to try and find some other way to get into the base. It's more to stop ground forces and ground vehicles, not ships. Heading over to this other side here, we have the Aegis Vulcan. It looks like a ridiculously refined bloody cutty red, to be honest. Although it's the cutty red of spaceships, not of people. So, the Aegis Vulcan. Manufacturer, Aegis Dynamics. Focus, medium repair, medium refuel. Refuel, repair, rearm. Become a one-person support crew with Aegis Dynamics Versatile Vulcan. Supplying aid to pilots on the fly. Whether pinned down under heavy fire and in need of ammunition, low on quantum fuel after an ill-planned jump, or stranded in unknown space with a busted thruster, a pilot in distress can always count on the Vulcan and its cadre of drones to lend speedy, efficient assistance. This thing's either going to be ridiculously huge or surprisingly small. I don't know which, but only time will tell what it's going to be. Let's go ahead and head to the next place. I don't even know where the next place is going to be. Look at this, I can figure out. Oh, it's using both of the two side halls. It's also using the other ones. They're filling everything. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the next ships. This is not the game stuttering, I'm just terrible with mouse and keyboard. Because I'm wiggling my leg. And so my keyboard is, my keyboard, my mouse is wiggling around with it. Takes so long to travel anywhere. I put this on because on the way down I couldn't land at the facilities, so I had to go on foot all the way over to the other side into the Commons parking. And if I didn't have it on, I'd have froze to death, so I had it on. Yes, have a look. What the hell are you? Oh, anyway, first up we have the Aegis Eclipse. This thing has 3 size 9 torpedoes, and that's about it, to be honest. This ship is designed to go in, shoot us torpedoes, and bloody leave. It's a ridiculously stealthy fighter when stealth is working, and it's only designed to jump in, throw its torpedoes in and leave. So it jumps in, locks, launches its torpedo, and skyrockets right past you. Torpedo hits you and blows you to pieces. If for some reason it hasn't, once it's reloaded, which it has a fairly long reload time, it will then turn around and try again. And it can try 3 times in total before it runs out of armaments. Behind it we have, what is this? The Aegis Retaliator. I know nothing about this, so let's use Urkel. I spelled it wrong. There, Urkel. We want the Aegis. Where is it? Aegis. What is this stupid thing? Retaliator? Okay. Yeah, Retaliator. So, this thing has, what was that, 5 turrets? It has 3 turrets with 2 size 3s and 2 turrets with 2 size 2s. It also has 2 size 9 torpedo launchers. Each of those hold, actually no, they're separate ones. So it has 1 size 9 929 Retaliator missile rack, which holds 2 size 9 torpedoes, the same torpedoes that the Eclipse uses. The Retaliator also has a size 9 949, which holds 4 size 9 torpedoes. It also has 2 size 2 shield generators, 2 size 2 power plants, 2 size 2 coolers, and a quantum drive. Now, I've never looked at this ship, because I'm pretty certain when I pledged, this was still in concept. I would hate to use that in atmosphere, being upside down the whole bloody time. Almost looks like its landing gear aren't down, because surely the, these tiny little jet thrusters should not be used as landing gear. Because they're on the floor. At least one of them is. How do I get inside it? Does it even have an interior? Searching. thing is definitely flyable, right? Because why can't I find out how to get in it? Aha! Elevator. This is in a bizarre place. There's two of them. I'll call down both. So if anyone else comes... wait, no, it does work. Use the elevator, let's go up. Now I'm just going to head back to... No, I'm just going to head to the back. What's this? So we have access to one of the turrets in this strange middle point. Heading further back. What's this thing? It's another turret. Heading to the identical side for its middle part. There, there's another turret apparently. Heading up the front. You can see you can see two of the ginormous torpedoes. So I guess that's one of the launchers. Heading inside here, there is nothing. Nope. Engineering station, which currently does nothing. Looks cool though. Heading out the other side, I can see the shield generators. The two of them, which are just there. There'll be components spread all out the ship. That's the elevator's on the other side. Down the middle, what's this? Open the door. This is another 4 torpedoes. And that obviously opens there. You do not want to be stood in there if someone decides to open the missile pods, because you will just simply fall straight out of the ship. Heading around the side, I suppose. You can see them from out here as well. Was that a manual release to just ditch the bombs on the floor or something? Anyway, you have the pilot seat, another turret. What's up here? You have yet another turret. You have the beds. There seems to be 4 of them. Is that 4? No, 6 of them. These beds are terrible. Look how little space you get. You need to be, well, like me, exceptionally skinny to actually be able to fit in one of those beds. But there are 6 of them. And what was it? There was 5. Yeah, so you have enough space to go ahead and have the entire crew in here. Because 1 pilot, 5 gunners. With one of the guns being up here, one of the guns being down there, 2 on the back, 1 in the middle. So let's head into the cockpit, if it lets me. Little bastard. That's a strange bug. Come on, you bastard, get out of my way. Well, he just went clean out the ship on my screen. Get in there. So, using the cockpit, even my ridiculously high field of view does not let me see all of them. So, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 MFD screens. Maybe 9? I don't know what the hell's going to happen with that middle one, but that's probably just the radar. So looking on the outside, it is a very long ship. Very strange shaped ship. Now tripping out the seat. Right, let's see how long it would take. So what was it? It was like 4 seconds to get out of there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It would take about 20 seconds to leave the ship in order for you to get away if you decide to set it on self-destruct for some reason. What does this thing say about it? One of the United Empire of Earth's most powerful warbirds. Aegis Dynamics Retaliator is a fearsome weapons platform designed to strike and kill capital ships. A key portion of UEE's power projection, Retaliator squadrons have served with distinction against outlaws, the Vandal and elsewhere. Well, that makes no sense, and I don't really care. This is not a ship that I would fly. If I wanted to go solo and just torpedo the ever-loving crap out of something, then yes, I would use this. But I don't normally play with other people, so the fact that you need 5 other people, 6 in total, to go ahead and fully man it, it's only really meant for a group of people, and I'm a solo player. Now, let's figure out where the next area is. Thinking, what side did I go on? Left, so I should go left. This is where I got lost, get lost or something, isn't it? Took so long to travel around. Alright, that's the rock, that's where I came in. Yeah, left. What does it say is over on this side? Vanguard series. Let's go over to Urkel and change it to one of the Vanguards. Let's do the Vanguard Warden, why not? I don't know where any of them are, or what any of them are. But I'm going to start with the Warden first, or whatever's in front of me. This one is the Vanguard Sentinel. I'll change Urkel to the Sentinel and take a look. So, a hard-charging bulldog of a fighter which features extensive forward-mounted weaponry designed to tear through the shields and armor of other spacecraft. So named because their multiple jump range allows them to form the vanguard of any military expedition. Vanguards have seen extensive service against the Vandal. I guess this is just like one of the base ones or something. So what it has is 1 size 4 gimbal on the front, and then 4 size 2s. Now the size 4 can be switched out to a fixed size 5. It has 2 size 2 shield generators, 2 size 2 power plants, 2 size 2 coolers, and a quantum drive. It also has 4 size 4 missile racks, alongside a size 4 EMP. Apparently this is the EMP version, the one that will stop you moving and then pick you off. And I can't figure out how to open the door. I don't want to rent it, I want to open the door. Open! I need to get in. Game, what are you doing? Well, I can't show you the inside of that one, but I'll go ahead and move on to the next one. Thing in the middle is the Vanguard Warden, the one that I wanted to do. So, Aegis Vanguard Warden. It has exactly the same lore written about it. It has the exact same weaponry, but this one has a turret with 2 size 2s, no EMP, and that's it. Can I get in this one? No. Oh, these two are open. What is this one? The hoplite. Looking at the hoplite, we have the same lore, and we have 2 size 4 missile racks instead of 4. But this one's open, so we can go ahead and take a look on the inside. Heading on in, you walk up a ramp. There's a couple of seats, There's a hell of a lot of weapon rack capability. There's more seats. More seats. There's obviously a component somewhere. Just jump in the front of it. Enter pilot seat. Aha, it doesn't have the same law. The Vanguard Hoplite is a cross between the award-winning Vanguard deep space fighter and a dedicated boarding ship. Adapted from proven assault ship designs, the Hoplite is the perfect tool for inserting an armored strike team with enough firepower to get them out again. So we seem to have 4 MFD screens. Nothing special. Looking on the outside. My camera's not moving. No, the camera is moving. It's just not going outwards. That's a bizarre thing. Okay. Anyway, looking on the outside, the thing is humongous. And I can guarantee you that this wall is probably reduced in size because it is almost touching it. Now, it is a big ship. It is a heavy hitter. You can fly it solo if you want to. And you won't really have much of a deficit with only 2 size 2s being in the turret. This one is obviously meant for taking a lot of people from place to place. Let's go ahead and have a look at the one in front of it. This one is the Harbinger. Let's just double check that this one doesn't have... No, it has the same law as the other one. And this has the same exact loadout as the Warden, except this one has 1 size 5 Vanguard missile rack, which holds 3 size 5 missiles in addition to the 4 size 4 hardpoints. 4 size 4 missile racks. The hell is that thing? Alright, heading on the inside of this one, we can see storage. Little shower room. Where's the sink? The interior on this needs its stuff moved around. Munitions, which is weapon rack. Open door to what? Server blades. That's a missile. It's 2 beds. It needs to be really small to fit on those ones again. Seems to be an Aegis theme. You have your power plant, shield generators. This ship actually has them on different sides. That's new. CRG is normally too stupid to do that. They'll stick them all in the same place. If you get shot in one of them, you lose both of them. Or all 3 of them if you have a ship that has more than that. 2 absolutely ginormous overkill coolers for the ship. And it's got the same cockpit. Now they will have slightly different colours on the outside. What is that thing? That's the quantum drive up there. Don't know how the hell you're supposed to get up to that. But it's there. So they have different colours. They look, as far as I can tell, basically the same on the outside. It's a very bloody good ship. If you want something that's a heavy class fighter, then the Vanguard is probably what's best for you. There are 4 variants of it, so you pick which one you want. Do you want the dropship? Do you want the default one? Do you want what also seems to be default except has EMP on it? Or the Warden on the middle? If I had to get one, I'd probably get the Warden. Now let's go ahead and figure out where the next area is. Titans, Hammerhead, Gladius, Gladius variant. Let's go to the... get out of my way. Let's go ahead and have a look at the Titans first. Nah, it's a ways away. Now, the ship in the middle is the Reclaimer. it's the final thing I'll take a look at because, as you can see, it is bloody ginormous and basically takes the entire expo main hall. So it's going to take a while to figure out where everything is and have a look around at that thing. Now heading over to either Hall 2 or Hall 3, don't know which, we'll go ahead and get to the Titans. And I'll bring up the Urkel page so we can see what's different about them. Because I think there's 5 of them. Don't know why there's so many variants of the Titan, but okay. It's a good starting ship, as it goes ahead and allows you to, well, seemingly, pick a sort of specific role for it, as well as go ahead and kind of do a mixture of everything. It can dogfight, it can do delivery missions, it can do cargo running if you wanted to. And it's sort of like the entry of what do I want to do, and apparently there's only 4 of them. So, what's the one in front of me? Let's have a look. The one in front of me is the Avenger Titan. So I'll bring up its information. Lacking the prisoner cell of the Stalker, or the EMP generator of the Warlock, the Titan's blood is free to carry cargo. Couple that available space with the Avenger's tried and true combat ability, and you've got a light cargo hauler that's more than capable of handling itself in a tight fight. Now, looking on the outside, it seems like it has a heat shield on the bottom, which would mean it's designed for going and strafing downwards rather than nosing downwards into atmosphere. Now, this one is fitted with 2 gimbaled size 2s, which can be switched out for 2 fixed size 3s, and it has a gimbal size 3, which can be switched out for a size 4. So we're going to have 2 size 3s, 1 size 4. It has 2 size 3 missile racks, 2 size 1 shields, 1 size 1 power plant, 2 size 2 coolers, and a quantum drive. If I can figure out how to open it, we can take a look on the inside. If I can't, we'll just have to have a look at whatever ones are already open. Oh, I can open this one. There we go. Ow. It just hit me in the nose. So is it too far off the floor, apparently? So don't expect to be dragging a dead body on here. If your mate dies, you need to bring him to a tier 1 bed, because you're not going to be able to move him. Pretty Spartan on the inside because everything's been stripped out. You do have a bed. You have whatever else is in here. It's kind of Spartan, to be honest. How the hell do I get in my seat? Let me get in the seat. Oh, okay. Some of these interaction menus are in strange places. So, taking a look at the MFD screens, we have... There's probably a radar in the middle, at the bottom, and then 3 MFD screens with 2 little mini things, which I don't believe would do anything. Looking on the outside, you can see that the ship is large but small. It's really small, but just slightly larger than other things, such as the F7, except this thing has cargo, whereas only one variant of the F7 does. Now, this is my recommended starting ship in terms of you can go ahead and pledge to this or upgrade to this, figure out what you like doing, and then you can melt the package and change it to something else. Or you can upgrade the package to a bigger ship once you figure out what you want to do, to something such as the Cutlass Black, for example. It has fighting capabilities, and it's also able to do cargo running. So the one in front of me is the Stalker. So, initially designed as Aegis frontline carrier ship for the military, the Aegis Stalker took a different path, ultimately having a long and storied career as I need to move this to a different screen. It's too small. I can't read it. Here we go. I'll just read it again. Initially designed as Aegis frontline carrier ship for the military, the Aegis Stalker took a different path, ultimately having a long and storied career as the standard patrol craft of the UEE advocacy. Utilizing its cargo hold for prisoner transport, the Avenger features a sturdy, reliable hull and the capacity for larger than expected engine mounts. Larger than expected engine. That entire bloody thing at the back is an engine, isn't it? Okay, so we've got... what's this? 6 of these little pod things. One of them is open. Jumping inside, there's not much space in here. There's a screen that's probably for monitoring these little herds that ended up in there. Got a bed, storage over there. Same cockpit. The outside looks the same. Let me out. So this one is the prison transport. Prison gameplay isn't in the game at the moment. They do seem to open and close. Otherwise they've just left one open to go ahead and show what it looked like. So you might be able to do RPs and role-playing with that ship. But for the current time, the Stalker isn't really useful. Now, what's this next one? This one is the Warlock. Aegis Warlock. The Aegis Warlock was built towards a single design philosophy. Stop ships, don't destroy them. Probably the closest to a non-lethal fighter, the Warlock is outfitted with a bearing REP-8 EMP generator, capable of emitting a powerful electromagnetic wave to disable any electronics unfortunate enough to be within its blast radius. So it has the exact same fitting as the other ones, so let's head inside. What the fuck? Well, this moving thing around me is obviously the EMP. And you have to climb down it to... how do you get inside? So that's a giant EMP. You can walk inside of it to do maintenance on it and everything. But how do I get into the cockpit? Aha, you enter the cockpit here. Now, I don't know if this is the only one that lets you enter this way, so I'll go back and try the other ones in a second, but it seems that you get into this one that way. Same cockpit as the other ones, same drifty bug thing as every ship that I've gotten in so far. Looks exactly the same on the outside. Oh, it does have an interior. Let's go ahead and see what's in here. You have a bed, whatever else is in here, and that's blocked off because you have the EMP behind it. Now how the hell do I get out of it? Probably going to have to use the F menu, the interact menu, to get out. Otherwise I'm stuck in here. Let's have a look. Exit ship. Okay. You have to use the F menu to get out. Now let's see, what's the last variant? Probably the Titan Renegade? Are you Titan Renegade? Titan Renegade. Created as part of the Masters of Flight series in conjunction with the Flight Sim Arena Commander. This is obviously going to be another one of those ones. So the Renegade pays tribute to famed pilot Danny Solomon for his notable work with the advocacy to bring justice to Bremen. Whatever it is. This Avenger Titan comes equipped with a specialized dogfighting focused loadout and a custom special edition livery. This thing is probably exactly the same as whatever one was over there. Can I open it? Yes, I can. Looking on the inside, this will be exactly the same as the... was it the Stalker? I think it was the Stalker. Go ahead and run over here. So the Renegade is a modified version of whatever the hell's in front of me. The Avenger Titan. So I guess the Titan is the base variant, which the lore says it's not, but whatever. So the Avenger Titans. Would I buy them? No, because I already know what I like doing. If I wanted to go ahead and trial cargo running before I actually get into it properly, then I would probably use the ship. If I wanted to figure out if I wanted to do dogfighting, I would use this ship. If I wanted to figure out if I wanted to do medical gameplay, this ship is probably not good enough for that. Unless you're good at landing, or you have someone that will pilot it for you while you try and drag a corpse in, because it doesn't actually touch the floor in terms of ramp. So the Avenger Titans are good for people that want to figure out what they're doing. It kind of does a bit of everything, but to be honest, the Cutlass Black also does the same. It does cost more, but it's a heck of a lot bigger, and it does just as good a job as this. Now, if I go ahead and jump down here, this thing is the first community ship to ever actually be created and stuck in the game. So they've done this little thing here. So let's go ahead and have it play.
Establishing fire superiority can be the key to victory. Aegis designers consulted with both active and former members of the UEE military, as well as security forces, to find out what was and wasn't currently represented in the latest generation of combat gunships. The result? The Aegis Redeemer. Originally debuted years ago, Aegis made the somewhat controversial decision to delay the release of this battlefield equalizer to redesign the interior.
Alright, looking on the outside, it's quite a big ship. I'll go ahead and bring up what it has on Urkel. It's almost the Redeemer, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so let's read this thing first. Now you can own the next great starship, designed by Star Citizen's backers. The Aegis Redeemer is a powerful fighting ship capable of holding its own in combat with a powerful weapons payload. Dotted with turrets and missiles, the Redeemer also doubles as an armored landing craft capable of delivering armored soldiers for first-person combat. This is a gunship. So, the pilot has access to 2 size 4 fixed weapons, and there are a total of 4 turrets. 2 of the turrets have 2 size 5 weapons, and 2 remote turrets have 2 size 3s. It has 2 size 4 missile racks, 2 size 3 shield generators, 1 size 3 power plant, 1 size 3 cooler, and a quantum drive. Retaliator has 2 size 2s. This thing, which is smaller, has 2 size 3s. This thing is just completely overpowered, and if you have 5 people in total in it, it absolutely wreaks havoc on everything. It is just a flat-out decimator of everything that crosses it. So we have 4 beds, which is not enough, so there might be something I'm missing. Let's see, let's go upstairs and see if the pilot has his own little place to sleep, or if there's supposed to be a captain on board this ship. Heading to the back, we have whatever that is. Don't know why it's already open, so I can't read it because it's open. Can I close you? Yes, I can. So we have access to the quantum drive, cooler, shield generator. On the other side, the power plant, batteries. Batteries? Let me see this battery. Open. Doesn't let me open it, but it's locked and doesn't let me unlock it. So I guess for now we're not allowed to see what capacitors look like. Is this thing open? No. It has 4 chairs, some supply little places to put it, 4 beds, which is not enough for its entire crew. You have access to a turret there. You have access to the 2 remote turrets over here. The pilot seat which is there. Where's the other turret? Did I miss something? Or... Aha, there it is. So you have 1 turret back here with all of the modules. So I'd recommend not being the turret gunner in this, because when someone tries to go after your modules, you're going to be a squishy meatbag that's in the way, and you will die. Now, heading over to the front, we can go ahead and have a look at what the cockpit looks like. So the cockpit seems to have 4 MFD screens. Yeah, this would be 4 MFD screens. Can't really see it very well because it's not well lit in here. But looking on the outside, which is very zoomed in, you can go ahead and see the folding engines. Now these don't fold up or down, but what they do is open. The faster you go, the wider they open. Now, this thing is really small, really nice looking, maybe a little bit too round in places and not round enough in others. But it has a heck of a lot of firepower. So it seems to have only the ability to shoot straight forwards. Unless I'm missing something. Where are the other ones? So you have 1 large-ass turret on the top, 1 large-ass turret on the front. The 2 guns for the pilot are just there. You got a remote turret just there at the front. Where's the other one? Where's the other remote turret? Aha, there it is. It's on the back. So you have 1 remote turret on the back, which has 2 size 3s for killing anything that's following you. So if you want to go ahead and get this thing's bad side and kill it, go right up its ass and start shooting it. How do I get out? That's not how you use the ladder, but worked, I suppose. Let's go ahead and get out. And then head to the next area. So, the Aegis Redeemer. Would I go ahead and buy it? Well, if I had friends to play with, this would be my first choice. Because this thing, you only need 1 in a party of players. But this is all you need if what you want to do is absolutely destroy people. So whether it be players because you're a pirating piece of shit scumbag, whether it be bounty hunting, or whether it be just messing around and blowing up Idrises for fun, this thing would be the ship for you. I'm actually getting kind of surprised right now. I've only done 1 retake in this entire bloody thing. So I believe it's good enough, and obviously it is shit, I know that. But this is IAE. I wasn't able to be here last year, so I'm here this year. And the texture on that isn't loading properly. Because I'm here this year and I couldn't be last year, I thought I may as well just do this. I do have a single good video coming down the lines that I would consider good, considering how crap my videos are, that will go ahead and explain the issues with the Sabre. What possible fixes there are, why it's an issue, and what other people are saying, and why they're wrong. Now, if we go ahead and head over here, we have, this would be the Valiant version? Yeah, this is the Gladius Valiant. So if I go ahead and bring up its lore, the Aegis Gladius Valiant. So created as, it's another one of those ones, I'll just completely ignore that. So pays tribute to famed defense pilot Condi Hillard for being the first human on record to defeat a Vanduul in combat. This Gladius comes equipped with a specialized dogfighting focus loadout with a custom special edition livery. So the Gladius is able to have 3 size 3 weapon hardpoints. It's able to have 4 size 3 missile racks. But here's the thing, if you own, so you can't buy the Jericho missile launchers, but if you own 2 Mustang Deltas, you can stick 4 Jericho missile launchers on here, which are dumbfire 36 rounds, and it can complement your firing ability. So if you use its weapons as energy, then you can go ahead and strip down the shield, and you can use the Jericho afterwards to absolutely wreak havoc and blow the entire ship to pieces, ripping it to shreds in the process. Now, I'm going to head over to the other one. So, both of these ships have 2 size 1 shield generators, 1 size 1 power plant, 2 size 1 coolers, and a quantum drive. Now, heading on in. Open what? What is this? Don't know what that is. There's a thing that I can open for some reason. It doesn't let me in this one. Okay, I'll go jump in the other one then. So, in my opinion, the Gladius is the best starting point if you want to get into dogfighting. Some people would go ahead and say use the Arrow, but I say use the Gladius. The Arrow only has 1 size 1 shield generator. Yes, its maneuverability is very high, but unless you're using dual joystick, the Arrow is just going to be a death sentence for you, unfortunately. So this thing has 4 MFD screens. It's exceptionally small. It does seem to share some visual aspects of the Sabre, but only very slightly. So this ship, would I buy it? Yes, I would. Would I fly it? Obviously, yes, I would, because I love dogfighting. Now, for the time being, if I wanted to do dogfighting, I would probably pick the Gladius for now, because it has higher maneuverability and a smaller surface area than the Sabre does, because the Sabre is in a strange place right now. It's a military spec craft that performs worse than even a Nomad. Now, moving on to the first of 2 ginormous ships, we have the Aegis Hammerhead, which I have no idea how to enter. I know there's an elevator somewhere. Is that one? No? Is this one? Yes. So this thing is ginormous, and whilst I wait for the elevator, I'll bring up its specs. So, the Aegis Hammerhead. Oh my god, there's a lot of missiles. So, on the outside, you have 6 manned turrets. Each of them have 4 size 4 weapon hardpoints, which means this ship will absolutely destroy anything that it manages to hit. And I say manage because if you have a small ship, such as a Gladius or an Arrow, or if you want to risk it, a Sabre, then you can go ahead and get destroyed instantly the second it hits you. But because they're so small, good luck trying to hit them. So, for missiles, it has 8 size 5 missile racks. So it's able to hold anywhere from 8 size 5 missiles all the way to, what would this be? 8 times 8? Come on, you stupid fucking computer, do it. You got 64. You can have anywhere from 8 size 5 missiles to 64 size 2 missiles. It has 2 size 3 shield generators, 2 size 3 power plants, 2 size 3 coolers, and a quantum drive. The quantum drive on this is able to be the military TS2, which will take it anywhere in the game in under 6 minutes, taking just 5.5 minutes to go from Port Olisar to Microtech. So if you need a massive gunship to go somewhere quickly, this ship's the one for you. Now, I don't know where anything is, and I'll probably stop looking around. So this seems to be engineering. What's over at the back? At the back, we have an abyss. Oh, spawned. Okay. Still see through the wall though. So at the back here, we have what seems to be the well, power distribution, I suppose. At the very back, we have a turret, which will be the bomb turret, I believe. Going ahead and heading inwards. Back outwards. How do I get upstairs? There's an elevator here. So heading up here, you can go ahead and get to some small little engineering post, which will allow you to monitor all of the controls. It also seems to go to the upstairs of the ship. So let's do the upstairs first, I suppose. So up here you have the kitchen. Behind the kitchen you have storage for food and stuff. These doors need to be worked on, they're too slow. Come on. Another missing world. Okay, this just takes me back downstairs. Well, I guess there's not a whole lot upstairs other than the kitchen and some storage. So you eat on the second level, and you do everything else on the first. So you have access to one of the turrets down that tube. Go ahead and head to the back. Where's the back? Anyway, so you have access to 2 of the open door. I'm just in there as well. You have access to 2 of the turrets, straight across from each other, 1 at the back. That just takes you up to the kitchen. This thing in the middle is, I'm guessing, captain's quarters, even though there doesn't seem to be a bed. Is there one behind it? There's a manual open. There's the captain's bed, there's his clothing place, he's got some storage, he has his toilet and his shower in there. I haven't seen the crew's quarters yet, where are they? Heading down here, you can see a giant empty space for no reason, because it increases the surface area of the ship, because while it seems like bullets will go straight through them, if they don't, they have a higher chance of hitting because there's more surface area. You have access to another 2 of the turrets here at the front. Surprised how far there is between the back of the ship and the other 2 turrets. You have the door here at the front, which is the entrance that I normally use. Doesn't seem to want to let me open it properly. Maybe it'll let me do it from the pilot seat. Heading here in the middle. You can go straight downstairs. Downstairs just means go down, not necessarily stairs. There's a ladder and there's an elevator. Down here you have 2 seats. One is pilot, one is co-pilot. Jumping into it, it goes ahead and moves us into place. Now there is a lot of glass, so you can see a lot of stuff that's below you and to your sides. But at the same time, you can't really see much because of the structure in the way. You have 2 MFD screens, and that's all. And you can't see upwards. You'll actually be relying on your turret people to go ahead and explain where everything is. Or simply watch one of their screens to go ahead and see where you're actually flying. Which is bizarre, to be honest. It would be cool if at some point we could go ahead and use the MFD screens to have like a low resolution version of what our turret users are actually seeing. So this ship is very much a flight in third person one. It's quite Spartan. I've not been able to find like anything because there's no signs. There seems to be a kitchen but nowhere for the crew to sleep. So I don't know what's expected of them. Are they supposed to just empty the ship, use the turrets till they die, you hose them out, repair the turrets, and then bring in the next crew? Because so far I've only found 1 bed. So I'm going to hunt for the other beds. Ah, I found them. So heading in here we have a sink. Why is the only thing in here a sink? That's a waste of space. Okay, so you have 8 beds. So you can go ahead and have crew do shifts. You can go ahead and have... Let's have a look. How many turrets was it? There's 6 turrets. So you could have 6 people active, and then have the first 2 that went on duty come off, and then the last 2 that went on duty go back on. And then just sort of cycle around. So you always have 2 people sleeping, and 6 people awake. If any of those die, then they can go ahead and get replaced quite easily with the people that are sleeping. In here you have another sink and no shower or toilet. Well, the toilet's behind here maybe? So you have a toilet there, toilet here, you probably have the showers on the other side. That makes some sense. Yeah, how do I get out? Gotta yeet myself into the... No, I can't. Does this open? It looks like it should open. It looks like it's for cargo and ships and stuff. Aha, go down. Let's go down. So I guess it has some small amount of cargo storage area. Yeah, so the rear turret is on the bottom. And then you have 2 turrets on each side, and I think the other turret is, yeah, it's just there on the top in the middle. So this ship is very much designed to shoot downwards at things, or to sort of shoot everywhere, because most of the turrets can reach everywhere. They just can't reach behind themselves. So heading over to the middle, we'll go ahead and look at the Reclaimer. It'd probably get lost a whole hell of a lot. It would be cool if our characters could sprint faster. So, I don't jog very far, but my jog speed is about 11 miles an hour. And I'm pretty certain that this dude is going slower than I probably walk. Alright, so we have this massive bloody thing in the middle here. So we have this massive bloody thing here in the middle. This thing is the Aegis Reclaimer. It has a massive bloody arm for grabbing stuff and ripping it apart. Now this elevator here doesn't normally work. How do I use it? Is it just simply not going to work? If it doesn't work, I can't get in the ship, I don't believe. Oh, come on, come on. Go on. Yes, it's working. It's annoying to get it to work apparently, but it does work. So heading up inside, we figure out that all of the lights turned on. Nope, they're turned on. So in here you have this ginormous grinder that's for some reason always going. That's where you'll throw all the scrap, it'll get ripped to shreds, and you'll be able to process it. On here, you have a scanning station. On the other side, you have another scanning station. Then you have 2 remote turrets. The remote turrets are actually 3 slaved turrets. So one of these terminals can go ahead and access 3 of its remote turrets, and then the other one can access the other 3. If I go ahead and bring up its information, Reclaimer, so it has a total of 6 remote turrets and then 1 manned turret. The manned turret has 2 size 5s, and the remote turrets have 2 size 3s each. So 6 size 3s are available to each of the remote users. It has 3 size 3 shield generators, it has 1 size 4 power plant, 3 size 3 coolers, and a quantum drive. And this one's a size 3 again. So it is able to go anywhere in the system in under 6 minutes. Heading to the front, we go ahead and go past 2 chairs, and I don't know what these ones do. Tractor beam operator, and on the other one, also tractor beam operator. At the front here, you have the pilot and whatever that is. Claw operator seat. The person that gets to rip things to pieces. Now, entering the seat, we can see that we have 3 MFD screens. The thing in the middle is probably reserved for... the, what is it? The radar. We can jump back in and have a look at the outside of the ship. So, as I said earlier, this thing is huge and takes the entire size of the expo hall. When it unlocks my camera, there you go. So, massive Aegis sign. That Aegis writing is probably about as big as a bloody saber is. Now, this thing is humongous. At the moment, it has fake wear on it. So, if you was to pledge to this ginormous, humongous thing, it would look like this. Now, later on, when they add dynamic wear to it, they're supposed to go ahead and have it look fresh and new. So, I just want to see what it looks like when it's brand new. So you have one of the turrets on the back, as in, no, you have one turret on the top. You have 2 of the remote turrets just there. Where's the other one? Or is... I don't know where anything on the ship is, to be honest. I'm just going to look around it, because why not? There's a hole there. Anyway, this thing is huge, has no purpose at the moment. Would I buy it? If I had enough money, yes. Because I want to be doing salvaging at some point. But I own a different ship for salvaging. One that I'll cover at some point later on. After we find out if it's actually going to be added to the game. Or if it's just simply going to be concept still. But you can look forward to the Drake Day for that. Now, trying to look around, I want to see what's down here. What is this? That's the elevator. Apparently there's 2 of them. Okay. Apparently there's 2 elevators. You have a ladder which goes... Does this go down? Only goes up. So if I choose the ladder because the elevators tend to kill you. Now, going up onto whatever ship this is, you can see the gravity generator. It's got strange effects, and that's not how gravity generator would work, but it's a game, so okay. Up there you have access to one of the turrets, I believe it is. Down there is bridge access. This point here in the middle is... There's a person up here. Yeah, my bloody wing. So up here you have control for when if it shows me. What is this? This is drone operator. So you have 2 of these seats. Each of them can probably operate a drone. Drones aren't in the game yet, but there's at least this ship and one other that will be having drones. I think it was the Aegis Vulcan, which we looked at about an hour ago. So at the moment it does nothing, and it looks like it should be able to hold 4 drones. So they'll have 1 each and then 1 backup, or potentially 1 person can have 4. Now, as I said, I don't know what anything in this thing is, so this is just a complete random look around. I just closed the door. In here we have what looks like escape pods. That's it. Get out of my way. Over on the other side we have also nothing, just the drone bay. This side here we have a little engineering point. I don't know what's in there. And nothing's labelled, so we can't find out. Heading towards the back we have the kitchen. What's through this door? We have a little storage area. Docking, keep clear. Okay, no, this is the docking area. I don't know why it would go straight into the kitchen, but okay. So I guess if I was to spend time in the Reclaimer, I would not sit in the kitchen. Because if someone raids you, they'll just simply come straight down and blow your brains out instantly. So we have 4 beds, a couple of lockers, we have the sinks, showers, have 2 toilets as well on this side. Don't know why everything just opened, but okay. We have some weird steam effect, even though no one's using the showers. I'm going to guess that on the other side it's a duplicate. It's not. This is the captain's quarters. And the captain gets a bed. Behind there they get a shower and a toilet and a sink. In like a mixed cubicle thing. Heading further back into the ship, we have ladders which go somewhere. We have an airlock on this side, an airlock on this side. Let's go further back. There is no further back apparently. No, there's an elevator. So we'll look at the elevator in a minute. We'll go down to this subdeck thing and have a look down here. What is down here? This seems to be a nuclear reactor. Probably where the power plants get its fuel. Because I believe in this game the power plants actually are just voltage converters. They more clean up the power and change it to really high amperage or really high voltage. So this would just simply be engineering, and there's not a whole lot down here. So let's head to the elevator and then look at all of the decks, because there's a few of them. So heading into the elevator and going straight to the top one, salvage balcony. I don't know which side opens, that's it. Now be careful of this elevator because it can kill you quite easily. So looking around up here we have, well, apparently just an observation deck for what's below. So let's head down below. Down here we have nothing? Question mark? How does this work? I can see straight outside, so I'm going to guess this is some kind of like giant sieve or something. Let's head down even lower. So what was that? That was salvage, observation, and we'll go down to whatever's below us after the elevator gets here. The elevator is big and slow. I don't know how much cargo space this ship has, but it's probably a decent amount. But I wouldn't stand in the back here with no suit on, because you'll suffocate and die very quickly. Where's my elevator? Give me the elevator, I'm stuck. Come on, did I break the ship? Well, apparently this stupid ship has bugs, which is obviously known. And whether or not they're going to fix it, I don't know. They probably won't, so let's go further down, I suppose. Okay, so down there you have a way to yeet yourself into non-existent land. Down here you have where shit gets sieved, I suppose, and then don't know what happens down there. And I am now stuck. I am now not stuck. That was bizarre, but okay. Can I call the elevator to this floor? Or am I just going to have to eat myself out the front of the ship? The elevator doesn't seem to want to come down, so I'm going to go out the front of the ship, I suppose. Just double checking. Definitely not coming. Let's see, is this a hole? Yes, it's a hole. Am I dead? I am not dead. Okay. Whatever. Industrial salvage ship, equipped with a reinforced cargo bay, long-range jump drive. That means it can go to another system without relying on a jump gate. Launch pods for unmanned drones. The Reclaimer is ideal for taking advantage of deep space wrecks. Tractor beams, floodlights, scanner options, and docking ports round out the tools on this capable. I didn't know that word. Spacecraft. I'll have to figure out how you say that word later. I cannot open this thing's stupid ramp from down here. Yeah, cool elevator. Does it come out? Well, it certainly opened. But it's stuck. It's not coming down. It's a big ship. It has a bunch of bugs. It's made for salvaging when salvaging gets added. Would I buy it? I've already said yes I would if I had enough money, but I don't. So I can't. And I think that concludes everything. Let's go ahead and find a terminal that says what everything is. So, what have we done? We've done the Sabre, we've done the Eclipse, the Retaliator, we've done the Vulcan, Nautilus, Vangaurd, Titans, the Redeemer, Gladius, Gladius Valiant, and Hammerhead. Okay, so that concludes the Aegis one. Now, I am recording this quite late, so this one will go ahead and finish and be up about the same time as its little variants will be. And then I'll start recording the next one, basically just as this one goes live.